Yeah, looks like they back for a fifth season, man.
Who that?
Sports Roundtable.
Who?
SRT Crew.
Whoa.
SRT, they got that realness flowing in they DNA. Damn you lame if you ain't tuned to SRT today. HO got that payload when he say so, what you betting on? Don't get mad at me on fantasy, break up Kyrie LeBron. I be smooth as sports superhero Hancock in the mix. Deal with Roll Tide forever, real talk, you know who he gon' pick. See where I be with SRT, behind the glass, that G-Money. They with a strong, I never lose, 6-man elite, that's J Smooth.
All you other sports radio shows is fake news. Believe that. Turn up your radios, cause it's time for SRT Radio. Yeah.
All right, we here. Oh, there you is.
What up? It's Sports Roundtable. Man, I'm having some technical issues over here, but with the prayers from my angel, we gonna get through this thing. So here it is, Sports Roundtable. Welcome again, Sports Roundtable. Once again, I'm HO from Bankhead, your humble host, and I got the crew and guys in with me. Starting off with my NASCAR hockey guy. Mondays or Tuesdays, 7 to 9 o'clock. Mr. Asa Brown, what's going on, bro?
I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Asa Brown is in.
Coach, what's up?
Yes, sir. And of course, I got down at the bottom when he's ready to go to the Big Easy and pay his debt. It is Coach. What's happening, man?
I think I'll pay my debt off in 2026. God dog it. Yeah.
2026.
Yes, sir.
And now I'm hearing that. But I will say this, Coach. You called the Aaron Rodgers thing last week. You said
I told y'all.
Yeah. You said that y'all got him in the bag. So, Coach, I have to give you props. Now, the only thing we got to do is, can we get the Powerball numbers the same way you did the Pittsburgh Steelers Aaron Rodgers call? Can you call out the Powerball number?
Not on air. Not on air. No,
all right, we'll text it to me then.
Fair enough. That's fair enough, though, Coach. That's fair enough.
Yeah. Text it to me.
Everybody ain't supposed to have it.
No. Everybody can't get rich off me. I ain't gonna. Nope.
You ain't finna do that, huh?
Yeah.
All right. With that being said, man, we got a lot going on and a lot of sports this week, man. We got some hot news. We got some. I gotta pull up my sheet here. That's how my thing went out the first time. So. I guess I gotta pull it up on my phone. And do it that way. But we got some hot news. We got some roundtable discussion. What else we got? Definitely got the fun bag for sure. Coach's favorite is Coach at warned me that the fun bag thing was up. The banner was up while we was coming on. So yeah. And we got our roundtable discussion. Game 3 is tonight. And we got to talk about it. Oh, we got our NBA question of the day. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and start off with that. Question of the day. Michael Beasley, they got this new thing with the one-on-one, 1v1. Michael Beasley beat Lance Stevens in the 1v1. They saying Michael Beasley has never lost in a 1v1 battle. I think he admitted that Bam beat him one time when they was in Miami. But either way, he is supposed to be the 1v1 champ. So I'm asking you guys, in your era, who do you think would be the 1v1 champ in the era that you remember basketball? We go from the 80s, the 90s, to the 2000s. Who would be your 1v1 champion that nobody will be able to beat? Just a question of it. You can just think about it.
Are you talking about at their age now, in their prime?
In their prime.
Oh.
Better yet, who can beat Michael Beasley in the 1v1 in their prime today?
Man, please. Do you got a phone book?
Penny Hardaway.
You think so?
You know, one-on-one is so different, but I feel like with him being a guard, he can offset that physical play, take him off the bounce.
I can go with that.
What I will say,
if Steph Curry don't miss, he'll beat him. But I don't know if Steph. Well, he ain't gonna hit all of them because Beasley gonna put them hands on him.
yeah, I would say one-on-one is so different, right? You can kind of get up into a person, put hands on, but I feel, I think the first word to come to mind is Penny.
I don't know.
Now,
I don't know about that.
I'm trying to think who else in those 90s.
Scottie Pippen,
Nope.
Bernard King.
Oh man, ooh.
Maybe Bernard King. If he had some
King now.
physicality to him. I think early Pippen would have had the same problem you talking about if Penny would have had the same problem, right? Pippen didn't really get strong and put muscle on until that second or third go around with the Pistons. Everybody wanted to say the problem that Jordan was having with the Pistons. Pippen was having the same problem as well. He was light in the tail. So
yeah, Cuz bring up a good one too. Let me see. There you go. He said Stacey Augmon.
Stacey, if y'all but if y'all telling me Penny ain't a good matchup, Augmon just as light as Penny.
Well, I'm not saying Penny not a good matchup. What I'm saying is Penny don't play defense like Stacey Augmon does.
Grandmama?
I say Bernard King.
I don't know if his shot will be worth.
What about Alice? What about Alice English?
And we all like these. Listen, HO, so like me and you, we all like these, whether we want to admit it or not, we all like these kind of lanky, tall two guards.
Yeah. That's true.
Well, you going back to the old school.
Yeah. Let me pull up my notes here.
I would say Grant Hill, but Grant Hill light in the pocket. He ain't gonna be.
Sean Kemp?
He wouldn't be able to stay in front of Grant Hill for sure.
Sean Kemp? I'm trying to think of somebody that can match him as his physicality as well as all around game. Dominique?
Yeah, because Michael Beasley try to be a bullet now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's why I was like, Larry Johnson.
Got the one. Kobe.
Yeah. I was trying to leave the obvious alone. Like I was trying to leave, the first thing that people always go to, be Kobe, Jordan, or whatever, or LeBron. I try to leave those obvious answers alone. And, it's almost like saying who's the best rapper, and people going to say Jay-Z, Big, and Pac. Like, show me some depth. Like, let me know what else you know about the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I start putting up KRS-One and Rakim. Don't make me go there.
Oh, hey, Coach, I ain't doubt you at all, Coach. I ain't doubt you at all.
No, I'm just saying, I just put that in there. Don't make me go there.
Yeah, let them know. Let them know. Our Dominique, You think Dominique could probably absorb some of that that physicality
Yeah.
that Malik Beasley would bring?
Man, what was Dominique? 6'9", 6'10", 6'9"?
Nah, he was a little. Well, yeah, 6'7", 6'8". I thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
He was a big guard though.
Yeah.
Big guard, or could play the small forward.
Right. I mean, Michael Beasley talk trash, but there's a lot of jokers that would take him out pretty good. Now, and like you said, you don't want to go obvious, but you want to.
I mean, you want to talk about skill set. Somebody mentioned Bird again. Chris Mullins. Like, I want somebody that got a little bit of bounce, a little bit of bounce. I mean, Chris Mullins wasn't gonna be dunking on nobody, but a little bit of ball skill, can get a little separation and shoot a little sweet mid range.
Yeah.
But then you kind of start getting into, when you start talking about certain players, you kind of go away from one-on-one more into, are we playing horse? You know what I'm saying, Coach? So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think I got stuck here. So let me jump into my hot news. All right.
Oh, so he was 6'8", Coach. Dominique 6'8".
Okay.
Like I said, I know he's a big guard, small forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was up there.
Those are my three. My three right now, I'm gonna say Larry Johnson, Dominique, and then who was the first person I said? Oh, and I'll go with Penny. If I'm gonna take a guard.
That's a good three. Now Beasley about 6'9", 220, 230.
I like Bernard King too.
Bernard King was very, very quick. So
yeah,
very, very quick. So good luck with that. And I know Kobe, cause is right. Kobe would have gave him a show. Yeah. But with that being said, we're about to jump into some hot news. And the hot news sponsored by Big Easy Grill, 1193 Collier Road. Big Easy Grill, the best Louisiana seafood spot in town. If you ask Coach once he goes, he can verify that for you. But Big Easy Grill got the best shrimp, got the best catfish nuggets, and got the best shrimp po' boy in town. Yes, sirree. And the best crab claws in town. The red beans rice are not bad itself, and you got them beignets. Them beignets is one to write home about. So Big Easy Grill, 1193 Collier Road. Make sure you mention SRT Sports Roundtable. Get you 10% off in the meals, $25 or more. All right, game one is 1-1. 1-1 game. Game three is tonight, and it's 1-1. All right, fellas. So, what did you see in game one that you didn't see in game two? What did you see in game two that you didn't see in game one? Hey, so I'm gonna start with you first.
So we're gonna see more of what we've seen in game 1 and 2 in game 3 with an OKC win. I don't see the only way Indiana to me can win three more games is you gotta have OKC do what they did in game 1, is have a 7 to 9 minute where they kind of go ice cold. And then on the flip side, Indiana kind of goes, steaming hot from, just can't miss anything. And if that's what you banking everything on to win 3 games, then that's not going to happen. I feel Indiana, granted, they're going to play better at home. The bench players going to play better at home, and those things will come true. But I also feel that plays right into Oklahoma City. They don't mind the going up and down. So, I mean, what?
Could OKC bench have a road game like they had at home game in game 3? You had Wiggins, Chet and who was that third scorer?
Yeah. What you basically asking me is it more likely that OKC bench will show up than not show up? And I'm gonna tell you the answer is yes. It's more likely that OKC's bench gonna show up because guess what? They got 70+ wins this season. So
it was 6-8 to be accurate.
Well, regular season, but I'm counting the playoffs too now.
But,
So you know, you up to 80 some odd wins now. I'm so.
Right, you're right. So that's 6-8 plus 12.
12, yeah, they got 80 wins.
Yeah, that's 80 wins. So the question is this, though. The question is, well, let me let Coach go before we get into that question. Go ahead, Coach. What we got in game 3 that we go? What happened in game 1 and 2 that's different?
Well, Pascal Siakam better wake up, or it's gonna be ugly. And Halliburton, he does not need. He need to play a little hero ball, a little bit. He needs to stop passing the ball and shoot more. And in this game, especially, he need to shoot, and he need to shoot. And for all that passing the ball and setting your teammates up, no, you need to shoot, dog.
Yeah, he definitely need to be more selfish in this game, Coach. You're not lying there.
Yeah.
If he shoots more, does it take him out of the game does it take him more out of his game?
I don't think so. I think if he shoots more, HO, and scores more, it'll open up. I think it'll open up other guys more.
That's a good point.
I think when he doesn't shoot, okay, if you're not going to shoot, now it's 4-on-5 on the offensive side. You can't be running 4-on-5 on that defense.
I think that is it Halliburton that needs to shoot more, or Siakam need to play better?
All of it.
Both. And I believe OKC going for a kill shot tonight. They're going to realize they can't stay too long in Indiana. And they can't let Indiana already beat them once in OKC. They can't afford to let them win in Indiana and get that home court advantage. So they're going for a kill shot tonight.
Did you know that OKC was 29-1 against the Eastern Conference for the regular season?
Yes, that almost made me say they gonna beat them boys 4 straight. That alone almost had me saying 4 straight. But I was like, you know what? to the conspiracy theories and all that, I was like, you know what? Indiana's good enough to get 1, and they got it wrapped. And I thought Indiana would get game 2 because of the difference in time, time to adjust or whatever. They got game 1, and I was like, well. But I went 4-1. Like, they got game 1, but they about to lose the next 4. So I don't. Nothing in game 1 showed me anything. Like I said, other than if OKC is going to wind up going cold for 7 to 8 minutes in the game, then maybe Indiana could take advantage of that and bump the lead up. But I don't. Listen, SGA is averaging 35 points a night.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody on Indiana, I'm not saying they got to go point for point with him because that's not how they built. But somebody on Indiana got to average at least 27. You got to somehow minimize him, and then from there say, okay, your star and my best player, whether it's Halliburton or Siakam, whoever you want to say, okay, we've kind of equaled out there. Then from there on, I think everybody else is a fair game. I think rest of Indiana squad is just as good as the rest of Oklahoma City squad. You see what I'm saying? But if you're not
destroying buildings during the Black Lives
We getting the MSNBC news, ain't we?
Yeah. Somebody
But,
doing some reporting.
but yeah, so somebody at Indiana every night got to be able to point wise match or be in the same room with SGA, and then after that, let's see what happens. But Halliburton can't be 17 points a night. Siakam can't be 15 points a night. Neesmith can't be 12 points a night. That's not going to win this series against these OKC boys. It's not going to happen.
Well, to be honest, Indiana is going home with having a game under their belt with 2 games at home, so they still got the advantage. So
yeah, they got the advantage. If they win tonight, they have the advantage. They lose tonight. Let me ask you this, H.O. and Coach. Let me ask you this.
What that?
No, I'll go say, if Indiana loses tonight, would I be crazy saying that really OKC won 3 straight games? Would that be a crazy statement?
no, because
I mean, even though it's 2-1, even though it's 2-1, I get it. Even though it's 2-1, but in your mind, Coach and HO, if OKC wins tonight, in your mind, would you be like, well, really, Oklahoma City's won 3 games in a row?
Yeah. They got off the gas in 3 seconds left in the game. They got off the gas. Well, not 3 seconds, with the last few minutes.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Indiana gotta win tonight. They gotta win tonight.
I agree.
But I think Rick Carlisle, if I was him, I'd be interested to see. I would try to go more of a guard-oriented lineup because you need more ball handlers out there, and to see if you can get Halliburton to become a scorer a little bit, and then
watch Williams tonight. Williams gonna be the big scorer
for OKC.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right,
That's gonna
Coach.
be the one.
Make
So,
sure
Coach,
you text me about them Powerball numbers. You keep calling out this other stuff.
Yes, sir.
So, Coach, you got OKC winning it because if Williams show up, how I consider Siakam, HO, and Coach, and the reason why I'm not. That's why another reason why I think OKC got this finals or whatever. Siakam's not a guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. That can kind of quote unquote get his own shot. Like the question you asked in the first part, like the 1-on-1 with Michael Beasley, who would be a 1-on-1 guy.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody would be like Siakam's a 1-on-1 guy. You know what I mean? Siakam's an assistant type guy.
So to my point about Halliburton is one who gets Siakam off. So if he shoot more, that keeps Siakam from getting points.
Well, no, I think Siakam. Siakam is probably more. See, if this was football, Siakam would be a wide receiver, right? He is more dependent on the quarterback than anything else, right? But I think if Halliburton shoots, Siakam can find other ways to make a difference. Offensive rebounds. If they decide to run a set play for him, he can do that. But if not, he can find other ways to be an impact in the game. I think if Halliburton's not an impact with giving assists and scoring, he totally falls off as far as an impact. So
okay,
I'd rather Halliburton be a scorer and let Siakam find his points wherever he get it at than the other way around.
So we talk about Halliburton and Siakam. But let's talk about Indiana's bench that helped propel them in the first two series and in game one. Nembhard, Neesmith, the number 26 guy, TJ McCollum. They bench has
Toppin.
Yeah, Toppin the one who he had 6 threes in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I mean, we can talk about Halliburton and Siakam, but we also can't forget that their bench is what has propelled them also to where they were. So if the bench plays better, then maybe they win game 3. And they're at home. So the bench obviously could play better.
You're absolutely right. The bench can play better. You know, the Bays got from game 2, everybody had to play better. But I'm also, if you just did not watch game 2 and just went straight to the stat sheet from game 1 and game 2, you're like, I need somebody for Indiana to match the input that SGA has. So what was the score in game 1? 109, 111?
Is that even possible though?
Yes. I don't think if SGA getting 35 a night, I don't need somebody from Indiana to get 35 a night. What I need for somebody from Indiana to do is to be 22 and 12 or, 25 and 9. That more likely person is either going to be Siakam or Halliburton. But what I can't have from Indiana is a quote unquote an efficient game. If you look at the stats from game 1 and game 2 for Indiana, everybody's somewhere between 10 and 17 points. That is not going to cut it with Oklahoma City. It's just not going to cut it. I need someone to go off. I need someone to be that man that SGA is for OKC. I'm not saying they got to match SGA point for point, but if he's getting 34, I need somebody for Indiana to be getting 25. That's all I'm saying. And so if they want to play around that one, like I said, the game 1 was 109, 111, right? Or 111, 110. Game 2 was 125, 107. You see where I'm going at? At the end of the day, we got to still put points on the board. I don't care how good you play. Somebody, you can be as efficient as you want to be efficient, but if you ain't getting the buckets, it don't matter.
Well, let me just say this, and I'm gonna say this so we can get on to Coach Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Indiana, the reason why they have scored a lot of points is not because the points that individuals put up, but they were the fastest paced team in the league, especially in the playoffs. They have not played as fast in the playoffs, which makes their point total go down. So if they can speed up their pace, maybe they can get the point total back up to where it needs to be.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm with you, HO, but you know why they can't do that? Because they turned the ball over 25 times in game 1. That's why everybody's still trying to figure out how they won game 1. They didn't turn the ball over as much in game 2, but they still turned it over like 15, 16 times. That Oklahoma City defense turns you over. So tonight is, I won't say tonight is the series, but I feel like if Oklahoma City wins tonight, there will be 3 straight games in which Oklahoma City was the better team, even though they only up 2 games to 1.
Who's the pressure on tonight?
Indiana.
Coach, who's the pressure on tonight?
Indiana, without a doubt.
And specifically, well, I'm saying it right. Specific, that's an ocean. Specifically, is on Halliburton. Okay. 1, and I think the second person. I'm not even going. I don't think there's. I mean, granted, yeah, everybody says Siakam, but I think after that, the second pressure is on. Well, the first pressure is on the coach. We say it this way, is on coach. Carlisle. What adjustments can he come up with? And then the second person would be on Halliburton. How can he implement those adjustments that Carlisle has put in place? Because he has to score. If you don't get 20, 22 plus, 24 plus in this game, I don't see them winning.
Okay. All right, let's get to our next subject. Coach called this one out. He said Aaron Rodgers will be a Pittsburgh Steeler. He is, but now TJ Watt is holding out. So I'm gonna go make me some coffee. I'm gonna let Coach talk about the imbalance of how that is even working. The 41-year-old is in camp or coming to camp, but the young guy, your young defensive star, is holding out, saying he wants a new contract. So, Coach, explain to us how is that going on right now? And I'm gonna go and make me some coffee. So I'm gonna let you talk. How about that? I'll be right back.
It's basically a contract issue. That's all it is. He at the end of his contract, and he getting ready to trying to renegotiate for a new contract, and the Steelers are going to end up paying him because they can't afford not to. Your defensive anchor, you're going to tell him, no, we don't want you to go somewhere else. We ain't going to pay you. And he's been there for you for all those years. No, he's going to get paid. He ain't going to get paid the most in the NFL because I think that's going to be Myles Garrett because the Cowboys are going to be foolish enough to pay him whatever he wants because he's going to look at him like, I deserve everything.
Well, so coach, I know this your team, right? And so I could probably say this from a little bit of an outside looking in. I'm starting to question you all's front office because let's just say this here. All right. You gotta know you got some of your prime defensive players coming up for contract extension. In this case, TJ Watt. You seen Myles Garrett get the bag, during the offseason. A couple of years ago, you seen Bosa get paid. I'm missing somebody else. Another defensive end. I can't think who it is, but you seen the defensive end guys get paid. You seen the headache that within your own division. You seen the headache in which Cincinnati was having as far as kind of keeping that core together, right? 2 wide receivers need to get paid, and then their best defensive guy get paid. Their defensive end, who's led the lead in sacks or close to it with TJ the last couple of years. Thus tells me why you don't go and get you pick you a rookie quarterback in this draft, then you don't have to worry about paying that rookie quarterback, but you chasing a 41-year-old quarterback in which you got to give him $10 million, $12 million guaranteed. You see what I'm saying? Like it as much as we sit here and we talk noise about Jerry Jones and the stupidity that he does with not wanting to pay guys early and waiting too late and letting the market catch up or whatever. It looked like to me Pittsburgh ain't too far behind.
Well, once again, Ace Brown, I told you about disagreeing with me.
I asked you a question. I just asked you a question.
Go along with what I say.
I asked you.
Leave you alone. Those kind of questions don't supposed to come up right now, sir. It doesn't matter the fact that they only had to pay Aaron Rodgers $13 million. That's all. And Steelers like $80 million under the cap. So they got money. They got money. They got plenty of money. They're gonna get Watt signed before the end of the week.
Yeah, they're gonna get him signed. Watt's gonna get paid. He gonna get.
Now, Coach, are you in your genie bag or are you in your rose-colored glasses bag when you say Watt will be signed by the end of the week?
It won't take long.
Oh, okay. So that could be next week too.
This is not going to be a long, drawn-out process with both sides fussing at each other about this and that. They're going to give him a number. He's going to say yes or no. They're going to go up or go down or whatever, and then move on. Because you cannot
Would you give him
afford-
Myles Garrett? Would you give him Myles Garrett type money though?
Sure, why not? He does Myles Garrett production or better, so why not?
How old is How old is TJ Watt?
What the 30?
29.
31. Let me see.
I thought he was a little bit younger than
Myles.
Miles. I thought he was. I could be wrong.
No, he is.
He is okay. Then if he's younger than Miles by a couple of years, then okay. I just don't see the Steelers doing that either though. I don't see the Steelers.
TJ Watt is 30.
Okay, yeah, he a couple years younger than Miles. Miles 32, ain't he?
Yeah.
So just like Tomlin said though, we not surprised where they are with him, but we want him in camp. So they're gonna make some kind of move to get him in there and get him up to speed. Because I mean, with a cat like him, he ain't gonna take too long to get caught up to speed on defense.
Oh no, ain't nothing changing. I mean, he can. I wouldn't.
He's gonna come in.
Yeah, I would. He can sit out. Well, they only played 3 games in preseason, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there for game 2 if I'm Watt. I'll be there for game 2, and then I see y'all game 1 of the regular season. Some of them guys don't want to go through all that stuff. The veterans don't anyway.
The beautiful thing about this is it ain't good, but the fact that it's happening in June instead of August and September, that's where you feel bad, but you want him in there, but you don't want it to be dragging out till August and September, and he ain't in the camp. No, they gonna make a move, and they gonna get him in there. And see, they want harmony. Once they got Rodgers in, then all the planets gonna start aligning and shifting on his axis to get everybody. Because that's what they're waiting on Rodgers to come in, and it's like, okay, we got him, and now we ready to get started. And of course, Rodgers doing all the right thing. They had a celebrity golf tournament raising money. Rodgers was there, riding with DK Metcalf in the cart. Rodgers and DK said they're gonna work out after the mini camp in California. Him and the other wide receivers, they're gonna be in California working out. So Rodgers know he got a lot of weight on him because somebody told me this, and you make you think, but then you just gotta wonder: was Rodgers signed to sabotage Mike Tomlin?
I'm not sure about that.
Nah, I don't think it's that. I think I asked you the question, Coach. At this point in time, I don't have the utmost. I'm on the outside looking in. So this is your team, but on the outside looking in, I don't have the utmost confidence in y'all upper management at this particular time right now. Y'all looking real Atlanta Falconish with some of y'all decisions, and so. And when I say Atlanta Falcons, that just means I'm confused on what Pittsburgh is trying to do. None of the moves to me that Pittsburgh is trying to do is to win a championship, win a Super Bowl. Everything Pittsburgh is trying to do is to make sure that we can continue to say for 21 straight years or 22 straight years, we haven't had a losing season. That's just what it seems to me. The moves that they're making is very, very, very conservative.
Coach, you want to respond?
Yeah, I'm going to say, I think defensively, the Steelers are going to be out. They added some good pieces on defense, but everybody concerned about the offense. And if Arthur Smith, and I'm going to call him and tell him, Arthur, Aaron Rodgers plays right into your hands because Aaron Rodgers likes the middle of the field. That was a bugaboo last year for Pittsburgh. They didn't throw hardly any passes in the middle of the field for some reason. It's like they were scared to almost. But you got two meat eaters in Freiermuth and Daniel Washington over that middle. Aaron Rodgers is going to be looking for him, get them balls over the middle and make something happen. So, and Rodgers already said, I know people talking about, I'm going to call my own plays and I'm going to go against what Arthur Smith said. Rodgers had already basically said, and it's up to him to break. I'm gonna fall in line with the deep what he says, and Arthur Smith said, I'm gonna defer. You know, if whatever offense he like to run, that's what we gonna run. And, you know, right now, that's coach speak, and all I'm on the same page. But you just need to see one game where Arthur Smith said hit that man across the middle, and Aaron Rodgers going deep and throw an interception, and then they start talking. So a lot of speculation, a lot of pleasantries right now as we speak. You know, everybody kumbaya right now, but we'll see. I hold my judgment.
All right, so let's move on to our next item of bid. Coach, I wrote that in just for you so you can talk Pittsburgh Steelers on Sports Roundtable. How about that? Send me the lottery's number later, and that'll be my thank you. All right, so the Knicks got bad news today that Dallas denied interviewing Jason Kidd, and that's the third coach. Fitch from Minnesota and Udoka from Houston, and now Jason Kidd. So how dumb does the Knicks look now in firing their coach without even having a backup plan, it seems?
See, first of all,
Coach, you seem to be
you're going to get rid of him, you're supposed to have 5 names written down of potential coaches, at least 5. And then you go through that list and start picking them off one by one. Okay, this is our first choice. All right, we can't get him. Next choice. Can't get him. Next choice. If they don't work, go through 5 more. You know, you saw one name that was on there you forgot to talk about. Quinn Snyder.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know.
But coach, all these coaches already got a job.
Yeah, that's why everybody looking at Dolan and Leon Rose like they got 2 heads.
Like, I mean, normally when you have 3 or 4, you know, to your point, yes, I got plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most times two of those guys are probably in the league. And one of those guys is a head coach that you figure, you know what, he might wind up not renegotiating. He probably won't have a job, so that's our first choice. But if he winds up signing an extension, okay, then we go to Plan B. Plan B might be another head coach, or it might be a couple of hot assistant coaches that's ready to go. By the time you get to Plan C, you might be thinking about a college coach, but normally those guys are already gone too. If you know they're from the college coming to the league, other teams have already looked at them. So most times you don't. What I'm trying to say is you don't get to Plan C and Plan D. You really only have Plan A and Plan B. So for them to have already gone to 3 and 4 different teams and gotten denied, I don't think they had a plan. And I'm thinking Thibodeau and them got into it, and Thibodeau was like, "Well, I'm out." I think that they might have been thinking to keep Thibodeau, but whatever the exit interview went down, Thibodeau was like, "Well, I'm out."
Well,
And they didn't have no plan because the way they operate now, this is not a plan. I want to get married. I don't start with the people that are married. I start with people that are single. you feel what I'm saying?
That's a good analogy for sure. Well, let me ask you this: if they're able to swing a KD deal, could that help a coach arrive in New York?
How is that swinging the KD deal? If I'm KD, I want to know who the coach is.
Well, that's true. Maybe he can pick his own coach. Maybe he can pick the coach.
That's even worse. That's even worse. That ain't going down with those guys out of there. That's even worse.
So does Rick Bronson? So that makes Rick Bronson the leader for the job right at this point.
Hell, at this point, yeah. No. As of right now, yes.
Rick Bronson? Oh no, they already don't like him.
Coach, you said no.
Some of the players already have issues with him. No.
All right, Coach. There you go. There's your answer right there.
Nope. And that's the easiest one in the world. But for some reason, they mad at Mark Jackson. They gonna blackball him and keep blackballing him. You know, he'd be a perfect candidate, perfect coach.
Come on home.
They gonna blackball him. Unfortunately.
I mean, I like when I hear Mark Jackson's name, but when the last time Mark Jackson been on the sidelines? You know what I mean? I mean, 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah, it's been long. It's been a long time.
It's been a minute.
But,
so has the game evolved so much where he's not?
Say it again, Coach.
What irritates me though is the Knicks. Like y'all said, they looking at coaches who already been coaching. Find a new coach. And I mean the ugliest man in the NFL. I mean NBA can coach.
I don't think the Knicks had an idea that they were going to be looking for a coach. The more like the way this is playing out, I think. However the exit interviews went out, maybe players were like, hey, you got to bring somebody else in here because I'm not going to be able to last another year playing 48 minutes a night. And maybe the players were like, we got to find y'all need to find somebody else, or we gonna start demanding a trade. I don't know, but it seems like the two, Thibodeau and the team, parted ways, but I don't think the Knicks had an idea of who they wanted, because you just don't go and you don't approach other teams where the coaches are already under contract. Not again, it might have been different if Kidd was on his last year of his contract. He just signed an extension last year. Or he's in the middle of his new extension. So Udoka just got to Houston. Most of these guys sign like a 4 or 5 year deal, don't they? So he in year 2 of his.
So this is something to think about right here. Do you think New York, the Knicks, outbidded the type of brand that they still have, and they have fell flat on their face because they thought they still were the New York Knicks of old, and they come to find out in this era that's not the case?
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility, yeah. I mean, now I've been the one to say I understood after 5 years letting Thibodeau go. Coach, I know you was the one sitting there talking about why should they let him go. The guy got y'all 50 plus wins 2 years in a row and got you to an Eastern Conference Finals that you ain't seen in quarter of a century.
25 years.
Yeah, how you find all those points. My saying let him go was with that they had a solid plan on who they were going to go get. Not what was that game back in that game show where you had to sit behind you couldn't see who you were talking to, but you just kind of heard what you like, and if you liked them, you picked them. The dating game. I didn't know the Knicks would go into after letting Thibodeau go into a dating game and be like, well, you know what? We want to talk to your head coach. We got 51 wins and we got XYZ. Do you like it? Do you like me? Come on. Like, that's just not how this is.
H.O.
So,
Yeah.
Did
Go
you
ahead.
just see that? What Asa said? You see what Asa said?
Yeah.
He disagreed with me again. That's 2 times already.
how did I disagree with you? I was giving you. I was giving you. Basically, was saying you probably all right on this one by saying why he should have got fired. I'm basically saying I'm with you. I understand why they let him go, but it seemed like you might be right. They should have kept him.
But Asa, your explanation of it and how you broke it down sounded better than me. So I can't have that. Let me see. Where my weapons at? I had to get my weapons out again.
Where's your tank at, Coach? Where's your tank at?
It's somewhere here. Don't worry.
Oh,
In
man.
a minute, it's gonna make his appearance. No, he's
I
right.
can't
though.
wait.
But it's just like you just said. It's a matter of why would you do this and you don't have a solid person in place or a
Yeah, that was
contact.
just straight down.
That's just like
Yeah.
that's just like going for a job and quitting your other job before you get the job. You know, you don't have a job.
Yep. It doesn't make any sense. It does, now the only thing I can think of, and this puts Kid in a real bad situation now. So Dallas has said no to New York. You can't talk to him. And if Kid wanted to have the conversation, to your point, Coach, he might as well now, if he go have that conversation, he might as well be quitting Dallas and don't have no idea of what he won't have no leverage with New York. If you know what I mean? If he has the conversation with New York, because his current employer has said, no, you can't have that conversation. But I feel bad for Kid because I feel like, and he might have been on board with this, but I don't feel like he was on board with the trading of Luka. So I don't, he might have been, but from the press conferences that, they kind of showed and when all this went down, he looked to be a deer in the headlight. So I don't think he was on board or was given all the intel on what they were about to do with this Luka trade for AD. And maybe New York was thinking, because they kind of undercut him, that he was just going to walk away from there and come to them. And then that goes back to your point, H.O. New York might have overplayed their hand, thinking that they are New York. And when we come calling, people going to come running to us. So
yeah, and you look at it, which job is better, New York or Dallas?
Man,
New
York,
Cooper Flag coming in with
I just about to say.
Yeah.
I just about to say, but the opposite to that, HO, is you in the West is a much deeper conference. I can if you tweak New York right, you can possibly be back at least in the Eastern Conference Finals again next year. Listen, New York got a whole team. No, yep. New York got a whole team that we ain't see play because Thibodeau ain't played them for 5 years. We know the first 5 guys can play. I don't know about the other 5 on the bench. I don't know. So they got a team and
yeah, because you said it right. I mean, you look at Dallas' potential lineup next year. Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, what's the guy, Lively? Lively, and
Cooper
what's
Flag.
that other dude? Yeah, him, whatever his name is.
Cooper Flag, and then you still got they got a center that
You got PJ Washington.
But yeah. I mean,
PJ. But you look at Dallas. Look at what Dallas got to deal with. OKC.
Yeah.
Denver.
Shit, you can stop there. OKC.
The Denver to some degree.
Yeah.
All those
Minnesota.
teams that ain't going nowhere.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota. And in the East, you got a week in Boston. You got Cleveland, who don't know up and down, and Garland gonna be out at the beginning of the year. You don't have a strong division in the East.
No, you don't. Yeah, you got still a real young Orlando, a real young Detroit, a real young. Atlanta's still kind of in flux. Charlotte's in flux.
I'm putting none in that because they're not even close to being that good.
Oh, well, there you go. My bad. Take them out. You only have a handful. You only have a handful of teams. So, in the East, whereas you can go legit 6 deep, if not maybe 7 in the West, that could say they have a chance to make a Western Conference final run. Whereas in the East, it's 3 deep. Like I said, New York, Cleveland, maybe they repeat next year a little bit. Shoot, after that, Milwaukee, if they keep Giannis, maybe. I mean, there's, New York right now, the way they're currently built, is the strongest team. Oh, my bad, I forgot about Indiana. Indiana could bring back everybody else. But I mean, it's 2 teams you're worried about.
They're going to lose Miles Turner, though.
Okay. So,
where you going?
I mean, but
He's a free agent after this year.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't wait. They don't wait too late to try to sign him now.
Yeah, there's a lot of needs out there for a big man that's mobile and can shoot outside.
And he's a shot blocker.
Yeah.
So
he may not be there next year for sure. So now like I said, you down to the Knicks and everybody else the way they're currently constructed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't again, I understand.
Did Thibodeau lose the locker room? You think that
that's what I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking when they did those exit interviews, those guys were like, I don't think they gave Thibodeau a vote
of confidence.
A big vote of confidence.
What? Brunson spoke highly of him.
I mean, maybe one, but are you talking about the locker room, not the locker one? And I'll tell you why I say that. When one of the last, close to the last games of the season, when the Knicks were here and they played Atlanta here, they were beating the brakes off Atlanta. I'm talking about up 25 at one point. I think they got up to like almost up 30 or whatever. And literally everybody, when certain teams come to Atlanta, they kind of take over the stadium, right? So there was a lot of Knicks fans there. Literally the conversation was, what was the over-under before Thibodeau go to his bench to bring somebody in? He went to the bench with like 3 minutes to go in the game, and they were up 20 plus points, 25 or whatever. When he did it, though, he took out damn, what's his name? Not Brunson, but Bridges. He took him out, and I think Bridges might have been either a point or a rebound. He was like a point, whatever he was like on the verge of getting a triple double. And after the game, it was like, yeah, Tibbs took me out, and I had a chance to get a triple double. That's how you lose the locker room, the locker. You know what I mean? You're gonna play these boys 40 some odd minutes in a game. If you don't rest them, then you gotta at least keep them in there. So if you're gonna stat pad, let them get their stats, let them hit their marks. So that's how you lose. That's how you lose guys. You see what I'm saying? So, so I just don't believe. And this is toward the end of the season, and then you knew they were playing Atlanta here, and then they had a game the next day. They were here in Atlanta, and they had to go back to New York to play somebody. And I was like, you up by 20 some odd points. Rest these guys, knowing you got a back-to-back. You know what I'm saying? And he still played them 85% of the game, being up by big double digits for most of the game. So, yeah, I don't think Tibbs got the – but – in saying that, my theory is I don't think the Knicks then were prepared to look for a coach.
They weren't. They were not prepared.
Yeah. Rick Bronson gonna be the default coach because they can't find nobody because they overplayed.
I mean, who else you want to go to? If Houston said no, Dallas said no. Who else said no? OKC said no. No. Minnesota said no.
Yeah.
That also let you know people don't. That also let you know though people don't like the owner.
Yeah.
Because
I'm telling you, they're gonna go to the ugliest man in the NBA. Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell. We all going to hell because we knew. Actually, the ugliest man in the NBA, he ain't never been a coach. He played for Philadelphia. What was his name?
Tyrone Hill.
You going to hell too?
Yeah, that junk just rolls off the tongue just like that.
Shabba.
Yeah, Tyrone Hill look like Fred Sanford say, the part of the Polaroid that you tear off. So yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. He just got Asa. Asa must have said something. He must have heard Asa talking.
I see.
And wiped him out.
There you go.
Hey,
He back.
You don't leave Tyrone alone. He just wiped you out like that.
He calling already.
There it is.
Like, okay.
All right. Our last item up the bid in our hot news, and we still going with the hot news. Coach, the men's College World Series is down to the nitty-gritty up in Omaha. Besides that, the women's has crowned their softball champion in Texas. Texas Tech loses in the championship game to Texas. Coach, tell me how you feel about the Texas winning and who you think go pull it off for the men.
The Texas Tech coach, if I was the NCAA or if I was his athletic director, I'd drug test him right now. I promise you I'd drug test him. How are you going to pitch Naja Ray 3 straight days, 3 straight games? You got to be kidding me. That girl couldn't even comb her hair the next day. Her arm was probably just hanging. And you're going to keep pitching. I know you're a college coach. I know you got more than one pitcher. I know she your bell cow and everything. You put everything on her, but God dog, man, hey, how many games you think that girl can go without her arm falling off? If you won game 1 like you were supposed to, well, she made a mistake in game 1. When you try to intentionally walk somebody, you don't throw the ball over the plate. And that girl for Texas said, oops. and got that pitch right up in her chest and got the base hit and won the game. You pitch all of them outside. Don't throw nothing.
But coach, you can't even blame her for that. I don't think she had intentionally walked anybody all year long. So you would ask her to do something that she ain't never done before.
Yeah, she should have told her catcher get way outside, away from the plate, and she wasn't gonna overthrow or miss her because she accurate is all I do. She was gonna hit her, so she should have been outside somewhere, away from the plate. But that pitch she threw, it floated right on top of the plate, and that girl said, "Ain't no loss. I can't hit it," and that's when she stroked that base hit and won the game. But they ain't told her because your teammates didn't score but 1 run. That's a game they should have won. And I promise you, if they had won that game, game 2 was a wrap. It was over. Texas Tech win. But for her, she ain't mad. She come back next year. She get that $1 million contract back next year. So she all right. She gonna wake up and feel good. Like I said, she can't comb her hair right now. Well, she probably can now. It's been some days. But,
been a few days.
You know, I think the coach should have some pictures.
I know that's right. Asa, I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
The SEC had 14 teams.
It's an embarrassment.
And now they down to 2.
And they playing each other.
And they playing each other. So your thoughts on the disappointment in the SEC or the parity of the NCAA in baseball is Coastal Carolina, Oregon State, Murray State are the sleepers that are down to the wire with the guys. Probably beat SEC teams too to get in. So that's the point. So I mean, we all knew it wasn't going to be, 14 teams in. You wasn't going to get 7 in or whatever it is to the the Super 8 or whatever. But to wind up only having 4 teams make it to the Super Regional for the most part is quite disappointing. And for teams like Ole Miss losing to Wright State, some of the losses you got to look at and be like, man, that's a tough pill to swallow. Or even Auburn wind up losing both games to Coastal Carolina. Those are hard pills to swallow. But the losses early in the tournament is where I'm looking at, like, you put 14 teams in, you're supposed to at least get 4 into the Super 8, in my opinion, or those Super Regionals. But to your point, Ho, it speaks to the parity, right? And baseball is one of those things where you play 2 games, maybe a third, and so. Well, actually, that's the other reason why it's not a one and done. Like, you can understand if it was a one and done and it just wasn't your day, but you got 2 games to play, or possibly 3, and you losing 2, or in the case of Auburn, they lost both games at home to Coastal Carolina. That's disappointing. That's a disappointment. All right, Coach, since the NIL been available to these college kids, which sport has shown the most parity since the NIL been available?
Basketball.
Okay.
I would go with basketball. If you get those teams coming in there, that's not, you got your blue bloods, but the blue bloods are having problems going far. In football, the blue bloods is not a problem. They're gonna be there. There's gonna be some that are always getting in the championship or in the playoffs or whatever. Baseball, to a degree, but in basketball, I think that the upstarts have come up a little bit with the pay and everything, and have made some changes. It's good, but I still say, and this is a side note, you got to find a year, and I know it might be too late now to tell them jokers, hey, This is the most you can get from the NIL. Put a cap on that thing. Because some of these numbers that I'm hearing, there's no way a kid should be making that much. And I'm all for them making money, but God, at least some of them making enough money. Well, why even go to class? Well, I know they don't go to class anyway. They probably taking online courses. And then somebody probably taking them on. But you know how that is.
The girl from Texas Tech, the picture, she got $1 million.
$1 million. Yep. That's why he pitched the 3 games straight. She earned that $1 million.
Yeah, she will earn that meal. So.
Yeah, but like I said, she can't go to the bank and do nothing. What they gonna do? Help her take her money to the car or something? Because she got to have direct deposit. Because like I said, she can't lift that right arm.
Yeah. Hey, so who you think, which sport to you has the most parity since NIL?
I think baseball. I mean, not baseball. I think basketball is the one that's probably going to be the most affected, and you'll see the parity quickly. And to your point, Coach, talking about the blue bloods, I think football is going to be football. You know, you're going to go to those. You're going to go to the Alabamas and to the Ohio States and whatnot. They may not dominate for as long as we sometimes are used to. Might be a little bit more turnover, but those schools, those programs will still be fine in football. I think baseball's always been like this. I think the only reason why we've having this conversation this year about baseball as much as we are having is just because it was so many teams that got into the tournament from one conference, which happened to be the SEC. So I think there's some regional bias with that. But I think basketball is the one that you're going to see the most parity, and you'll see you'll see still power conferences, but you'll see different schools. You know, you'll see less of the North Carolinas and the Dukes moving forward, and more of kind of what we're seeing this year, the Alabama or Auburn type schools, who are able to, put a roster together because of NIL.
Don't leave out Houston now.
Houston, yeah, those. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, those kind of what we've seen this year in basketball. We're going to see more of that moving forward.
Yeah,
I think basketball is the one that's going to be affected, and you'll see the changes.
Yeah, when you said UNC, Coach reached for his shank.
Well, those are the Kentuckys, the North Carolinas, those programs are going to probably see less guys coming to them because I'm going to have other schools that are able to pay them and have them come near. So why would I want to wait? Why would I want to wait a year behind somebody when I can go and play immediately and get a check?
Yeah.
But to your point, Coach, until they put a cap on it, that's what you're gonna see. A cap on it, and a time frame on how many times you can jump into the portal.
Yeah, that's true. All right, with that being said, baller, busters, and bust stars. Let's go ahead and get into it. I asked Coach earlier. He said plenty of candidates for ballers, busters, and bust stops. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Baller this week. My baller shout out goes out to Al Horford. What a career. He retires today at 39 years old, so he can celebrate his 40th birthday without being in the NBA. So shout out to Al Horford. Yeah. And shout out to I got two, Al Horford and Coco Gauff. Coco comes back to win the French Open. And
I called it.
Yeah. So shout out to Coco Gauff for coming back to the US and winning her second Grand Slam. So shout out to Coco. All right, Asa, what you got?
My baller is Coco winning the French Open.
Yeah.
And taking the high road with some of the slick talk that she was receiving from her opponent that she beat fair and square.
Yeah.
Why do they do that though? That I've never understood that.
Hey, Joe, come on now. You got to know the answer to that. When you done got
Yeah,
out there and you done put your chest out there, you won the first set and you feeling good, then you get destroyed the last two sets. You got to say something to cover up, make an excuse for getting destroyed like she was. And Coco just that woman handled her the last two sets. It was like, hey, you can't do nothing with me today. You were ranked number one, and they still got her ranked number one, which is crazy. But I don't know what's up with that. But hey,
Oh no, I mean, I don't have no problem with that, Coach. She was number one. She lost in the championship round, and Coco was ranked. I want to say she was a 4 seed, so it wasn't like she got beat by such a low seed player. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
I don't have an issue with her still being number one. I just have an issue with not tipping the hat to your opponent that, to your point, beat you like you stole something them last two games, the last two sets.
Yeah.
So,
and like Chris Everett came out and told her, former tennis great Chris Everett said, "You never played in the wind before."
I know. That's the only thing I wish. I wish Coco didn't have to respond to anything and let Sabalenka get all that backlash from the peers, because they were coming at her. But you know, when you win a championship, you got to go on that tour and you know, and be an ambassador to the game. So, but I wish she didn't have to say nothing at all.
Cuz say the baller, his ball is the center fielder for the Oakland A's with the home run
catch over the fence. I thought he had and that was like his second one this week.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man. He went up and got them ball, caught that ball, and turned a complete 360. Almost turn around, come back on the field.
Yeah. When they showed the highlight, they showed everybody just standing there looking with their mouth wide open, like on both teams.
You're like, what the? And how did he catch that ball? I tried that one time playing center field, but me and the fence had a misunderstanding. And the fence won, so.
All right, Coach, who your baller? Did you get one while I was out?
I keep going with Coco, the way she dominated. Her and Alvarez, and that men's final, that was straight classic right there.
Yeah.
They went 6, all them 7-6s and everything. We were going about 4 or 5 hours playing tennis, and Alvarez won. Yeah, man, I got to give it to both the winners, the men and the women's winners. Both of them get the ballers.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our busters. All right, my buster is going to be the Braves until further notice.
Hey, hold it, Joe. You can pull them off the buster list. They don't want. They won a series.
Yeah, they won today, didn't they?
Man,
yeah.
I mean, they still below 500.
Losing 7 straight and then coming back to win 2 games, you still a buster.
They still below 500.
Yeah, move Strider to the closer role and say bye to Iglesias, and that'll make me feel a little better.
Well, the reason why they should really be busters, they got to say probably busters all year. Well, ain't Max Fried got the best record pitching in all of baseball? Ain't like 9-1, 10-1.
Yes, sir.
9-1. Started off 6-0.
Yeah, we could use some of that here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bad. They done got worse. They 9 games under 500. Man.
All right. So who your buster?
BET Awards.
Oh, you took mine and that day. I'm exactly with you. Go on, say it. Go on, say it.
I was going say that one for my boy Stop, but go ahead.
Say why.
I don't like. I like Angel Reese, but you had like 5 other people you could have given. You could have given the Women's Award to, Female Athlete of the Year award to. And Angel Reese wasn't one of them.
No, not at all. That was terrible. I'm like, y'all got to be kidding me. Oh yeah, that just showed it was more of a popularity thing outside of the sport than anything. Because everybody know Angel. Oh, look how Angel dressed. Oh, look how she dressed. Oh, look at this. Look at that. She's on TikTok. She's on.
With Coco winning the French Open, before that though, she's the #1 highest paid female in tennis. So I like there's a lot of Anyway, all the finalists or whatever, and I just don't know how you come up with Angel Reese. So
yeah.
Okay, Coach, your boss.
That's mine too. I don't need to go any further to elaborate because that was terrible. I'm like, oh God, y'all had the BET Awards, looking good, and it was a great show. And then you pull that. It's one more coming on the Boy Stop. I got something for somebody on the BET Awards.
Yeah, I got one coming too. I got 2 for the Boy Stop.
Go ahead.
So, all right, so my Boy Stop is first. If it's true, Jackie Christie with her parental frauding, but Chris Webber came out today and said they keep making up rumors or whatever, but hey, where there's smoke, there's fire. So if it's true, it's that. And my second one is, and I'm sure Cuz gonna be with this one, Kevin Hart is absolutely zero funny and absolutely.
Thank you.
He's a plant for Hollywood because his substance, his acting, and his comedic acts don't even add up to anything that he's been hyped up to be.
Exactly.
Cat Williams called it. He said he was a Hollywood plant.
She more like a Hollywood bum. He goes too far.
Yeah, he's not funny at all. He is. I don't know whether to get to him or BET for even having him as the host. Yeah, BET should shoulder some of that. So yeah, I'm gonna add BET to my Boy Stop award as well. Whoever booked him, just maybe they got a large check for booking him, because that was awesome. I'd rather seen Jamie Foxx host the BET Awards.
Much better.
Just so we can give him a big hand.
Much better. Please don't let Kevin Hart be the host of the ESPYs. I got a feeling it's coming.
Yeah, I know. That's horrible. All right, Asa, what you got?
For my
Boy
Stop.
Stop.
My Boy Stop was Angel Reese winning that. And now my buster is the U.S. men's soccer team getting beat 4-0 to, I think it was Switzerland or somebody.
Yeah, that's tough, yeah.
And they're saying the only reason why they will be in the World Cup because we the host country. The host country always get a spot. if they were having to qualify, they wouldn't even. They may not even make it.
Man, that would be ridiculous if that happened.
I mean, but they're gonna be in the World Cup because we hosting, But that's the only reason why. So, U.S. men's soccer national team is in shambles or about to be in shambles.
All right, yeah, that's crazy. All right, quick update, real quick, Asa. What's going on with the hockey in the Stanley Cup?
It's 2-1 Florida. They beat the brakes off Edmonton. They beat the brakes off Edmonton last night. 6-1.
Oh, Lord, did they?
Oh, we're looking at a repeat then, huh?
Man, I had Edmonton winning, maybe winning in 6. Look like this might be going 7. You know, the first 2 games both went in overtime. Edmonton won the first one, Florida won the second one. But to get blitzed 6-1 in game 3, woo, yeah, to your point, HO, yeah, we might be looking at a repeat with Florida. I know I forget his name, Coach. You might be able to help me out. I know Edmonton is missing their I think they call him their center. He kind of holds down. I think it is Kane. I think it is Kane. That's been out the last 2 games with the wrist injury or whatever. So I'm not quite sure what his status is coming back for game 4, but I think they're missing him because he kind of holds down the defensive part, but then he also is a scorer as well. So they kind of been missing two things out of him. So, but yeah, Florida blitzed them boys last night.
Yeah, when they say when Draisaitl and McDavid don't get no points, they 2-11. So they better try to wake up and get some and get an assist or something in the game and get in the game, because it could be over with quick again, and the country of Canada be wiped out again.
I think the good thing is, though, they don't play again until this weekend. They don't play again until the 14th. So like another 3 days.
Yeah.
So maybe Montreal can kind of get back and maybe be at full strength. But yeah, man, it gets ugly. It could you down 2-1. We talked about must-win games in the NBA Finals. Montreal got a must-win game. Game 4, you can't go down 3-1. It was pretty much over.
Edmonton.
Yeah,
I mean Edmonton, not Montreal. My fault. Edmonton.
Yeah. You wanted Montreal to be there, though.
I want somebody in Canada to win it this year.
Yeah. See, can we also give a bus stop award to Croy and Kim for stealing their daughter's money?
Croy, talking about Bierman?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, the daughter had made some money on the when she was younger from all of the episodes that she appeared in, and she started doing social media influencing, and she couldn't collect their money, and when she turned 18 to collect their money, she found out that her parents were spending it all.
Man, they got problems that just folk don't need to have.
Yeah, and I keep breaking all these outside of sports news, and shout out to Brittany Reiner and Kevin Gates for a 52-day marriage.
Yeah, man, that thing was doomed from the start. Like Lord,
yeah, doomed from the start for sure.
Travis Hunter laughing at them.
Yeah, and we concentrating on Travis Hunter and skip right over that one.
Yeah,
you know, like that was a that was a straight. And shout out to Travis Hunter, just bought his first house. 3.2 million.
Somebody need to do do like a quick little movie about this guy. This guy's having a year that we ain't never seen before.
All right, that's gonna do it for our baller busters and boys stop.
You forgot mine.
Oh, go ahead, Coach. I thought you were jumping on the board with the Kevin Hart boy stop.
Oh no, I just wanted to add some people. Who told what's his name? He was funny and he could be in all these sports commercials. Drewski. Who told his non-talented but he was funny? He just as bad. And then that dude Kai Cenat or whatever name, they all was on there together. I'm like, it's time to go to the bathroom and do number 2 or something. I don't know, something to do. Get away from them. I mean, Drewski on there acting like he's some kind of athlete, and
Right.
he's terrible. Like, come on, man, y'all get these guys thinking they popular big time. Maybe they are with some folk. I'm like, no, not with me. And if I see Kevin Hart on the beat, talking about getting ready to do the ESPYs, I'm not gonna watch it. And I like the ESPYs, but I can't watch it with him on there.
I know that's
all he
right.
gonna do is
I watch the Lifetime Network before I watch that.
Or like my boy said, I watch a documentary on dirt. I'd rather watch that than watch Kevin Hart again. Nope.
Coach, that's cold there, Coach.
I can't watch him. That joke is terrible, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. The host is to be announced.
What else you got? What else you got for your boy stop? You say you had a list.
That's the one. Them three all in one pile. I just looked to see if he was gonna be on there. The host is currently to be announced for the ESPYs. I said, okay, good. Please tell Kevin Hart, go do a movie or something about hugging people, anything. So, Asa, you off the hook.
I am.
Yeah. Because I got this for Kevin Hart.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
When Kevin come up, see this? Got some pretty partner.
You got the shank for him. I'm glad.
All right, round table discussion. Game 3 finna start. What we expect to see tonight?
Oklahoma City winning by 10.
Oklahoma City winning by 15. What you got, HO?
I'm going Indiana tonight. I think Indiana bounce back. Bench play is gonna be big, and Wiggins probably won't play as big a role for OKC.
Okay.
Okay. Look at Zavada. That's right, Zavada. You didn't watch BET Awards because of Kevin. That's right. Everything was going good until he stepped on there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going Indiana tonight. I think they win at home, and they go stretch this thing all the way out. I think it's gonna go back and forth. I think Indiana win game 4. But tonight, Indiana is gonna step it up. Halliburton has no choice but to play better at home, and Siakam as well.
Yeah.
And Toppin probably will have another. He needs to have another game. Miles Turner needs to show up as well. So we'll see.
Turner probably gonna say, I better do something.
Yeah, I think Rick Carlisle needs to have a better game plan. They need to allow Shea to just score all he want and not let everybody else get theirs.
Yeah.
Because when everybody else scores on OKC, that's when they are at their best. So let Shea get 40 and nobody else get theirs, and I think Indiana have a better chance of winning.
Okay.
I can live with you on that.
Yeah.
Because if Shea getting 40, then it means nobody else is shooting, right?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much how game 1 went down. He got 38.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else, like you said, wasn't involved. And so that keeps them. I mean, both teams are able to, get possessions, but you can't get into that 115, 120 territory. That's
if Indiana plays faster and allow Shea and force Shea to score more points, then I think they're in a better situation to win.
I'm with you.
Coach, you got anything different? Or Ace, you got anything different? Ace agrees with me.
I agree with you. I agree with your thought process. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I can only coach from the sideline, so yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It's about to get ready to get started now.
I do gotta. You know what? I was just thinking here, whatever. I know we done kind of got past it, but I do got another boy stop to add to the list real quick. Shaq, you can't be saying you're not going to be watching the NBA Finals. You about to go on vacation, and then in the same breath be talking about you don't understand why viewership is down. You can't have it both ways. Come on, man, get it together. You gotta continuously promote your brand, and one of your brands that you gotta promote is the NBA.
Yeah, the brand that got him $500 million.
Yeah,
so he can invest to make $500 million. The coach. I want to go back to the one-on-one with Michael Beasley real quick, and I'm disappointed in you, Coach. I'm disappointed in you, Coach. Don't shank me for this, but I do have to bring it up. Your Mississippi hero, Chris Jackson, would have spanked Michael Beasley in one-on-one.
You think so?
Ain't no way Michael Beasley can keep up with that man. If they playing make him take him, and if Jackson get the ball first, 7-0 off the rip.
Wow. Yeah.
Rauf. Was it Rauf? Magrut?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Yeah, so yeah. I think he gives him everything he can handle. And if Kyrie was healthy, Kyrie would give him all he wanted. But I just wanted to bring Chris Jackson up because he's from your hometown, Mississippi. And I'm surprised you didn't bring him up.
No, not yet.
All right, so since we're talking about the one-on-one, any other one-on-one players that we think that could beat Michael Beasley, or we think will be a one-on-one villain back in the day? What about Iceman and George Gervin? Will he have been a good one-on-one player against Michael Beasley?
I'm unfamiliar with Ice Gervin. I mean, I know his game, but I don't know his game. You know what I mean? So I couldn't tell you yes or no. But I will say that's another long, slim guard that we done pulled up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Let's see.
He's light in the pants only if he goes to the block. If he keep him outside, then he good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody that we kind of called, I knew I called was about, can I take him off the bounce, stay outside? I ain't gonna try to bully him and get down into the,
Right,
so
right.
That's exactly what I was banking on, and they all got ain't nothing but a mid-range game in one-on-one. Can you get to your spot and pull up?
Yeah, I'm responding to Coach. Cole question here.
Can you get to your spot and pull up?
Yeah. Indiana turning the ball over again. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Don't take long.
they gonna be 4-1, man. I'm trying to tell you, HO. I know. I don't. I don't see. I just don't see exit strategy for them to win.
Siaka just went 1-on-1. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Nice little spin move on that thing. Nice little chicken move. Yeah, I do. Ooh. Okay, I had to look away from my phone for a minute. Somebody just pulled up and sent me a picture of some smothered pork chops and potatoes with gravy. I'm like, ooh, y'all don't
Uh-oh.
need to show me that time of night. I can't eat that this time of night.
Well, we got 3 more minutes before we get into our fun bag. So if Len Bias was alive, I say Len Bias would beat
Oh
everybody
yeah.
in 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I don't think nobody could
That
have beat Len Bias in 1-on-1.
So we might not have no
no,
Jordan if Len Bias was
that
alive.
goes into man. That is one of the biggest
What
sports
ifs
tragedies
ever, right?
ever. You're right. It's got to be. If it ain't number one, it's very close. Other than like Hank Gathers, but Len Bias, when they said he died, there's grown men crying because they knew where he was going and what he could do
Sure.
because he was so good.
That's it.
He was
That's
just
it.
good.
That's it. That set the Celtics back about 10 years because they had the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And could you
It was
imagine the two? Who was that? Bird, Len Bias,
yeah,
Kevin
yeah, yeah,
McHale,
yeah, yeah,
Dennis
yeah,
Johnson. Ooh.
yeah,
yeah.
Bird would have retired sooner if Bias would have
No, I think Bird would have hung around. Bird would have been able to hang around and not have to work as hard for a couple more years. He'd just been out there being a sniper, just shooting.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
He wouldn't have had to bang no more. He'd be like, let me slide over here to this corner and hit this 3 like we at the 3-point shootout at the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's a shame. That was just man. Whew. That
Yep.
hurt
When
some
I
hard
first heard,
stuff. I know it hurt.
I was in the 8th grade when it happened.
Yeah, man. Whew. Like I said, you see that and you just shake your head like, no, and you don't want to believe it's true. And the bad part about it is, it was the first time and only time he ever did
Yeah.
cocaine.
He hadn't even. It was a one-time thing, a party or whatever it was. But yeah, it wasn't like he had some kind of issues or something like that. He just thought it
No.
was got offered to him and he was recreational.
Yep. All right, fellas. With that being said, it's time to jump into our SRT fun bag.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So SRT fun bag. Everybody gonna start jumping into the live now because the fun bag is hot and hotter. All right, here we go. First question, fun bag. It's a fill in the blank question for you fellas. So here we go. Please explain why your question is what it is. So the fill in the blank goes like this. I am so picky about blank.
Ooh. Man.
Ace has been going first all night, so Coach, it's on you now. I'm gonna repeat again. I'm so picky about blank.
I'm so picky about the SUV I drive.
Okay, why is that?
Because I've been driving the Expedition for 20 since I moved to Georgia back in 2000. Different colors, but it's got to be an Expedition.
Okay. Asa, I'm so picky about blank.
I don't even, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
I I guess I'm picky when I have my breakfast. I gotta have some syrup on all my food. The pancakes, the waffles, the eggs, the sausage. I gotta have syrup on all of it, or it's just not gonna get ate. I
Really?
Is that picky or
Wow,
that's
that's
just
different.
that's picky or just different?
I'm having a hard time thinking about picky. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a kind of go with the flow type of guy, so I don't know. I don't. You got
All
me
right,
on that one.
I'm gonna give you mine and then we can go. Then you think about it. I'm picky about milk. I don't drink milk straight, but I do eat cereal.
Wow. So when the cereal gone, you pour the milk
Yeah, I
away.
can't drink milk straight, but I can. Yeah.
Well, well, to me that
Oh,
goes
I
back to
try.
my breakfast thing. I can eat breakfast, but I can't really eat it unless I got syrup all over it. I'm gonna stick with that one.
Okay. Well, all right. That's good. Okay.
I see it, cuz I got you. That's a hard one. That's
He
all I
said
got though.
different, not picky.
I hear you, cuz I ain't see you wrong, but that's all I got.
Second question. Which was harder to learn for you? Swimming, typing, or riding the bike?
Oh man, swimming.
Oh, mine is typing. I taught people how to swim, and I had a few bumps and bruises riding a bike. So typing.
Typing was the hardest for you, coach.
Yeah, I don't call it typing. What I do, I call it search and destroy. Yep.
What you be doing?
Yeah, just looking around. I done got it down. I knew where the letters are. I can do it better, but it used to be rough. And Miss Hayes, the typing teacher, told me, boy, when you gonna come in my class? You always coming by here looking to see these girls in here. I said, Miss Hayes, I can't do typing. You're gonna need it one day. I said, yeah, I guess I will. But I can't. I don't do typing.
Asa, did you get your Asa?
But yeah, swimming, man. Swimming was my swimming. Swimming, yeah.
I didn't learn how to swim till I was in college. So I wouldn't say it was the hardest. Actually, when I learned, it was easier than anything else. So I would go with typing for me because it was just learn how to type on the typewriter. It's just different from typing on the keyboard.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? When you said that, it's harder to teach adults how to swim than kids.
Like, kids don't have no fear. Kids don't have no fear.
Yeah.
I mean,
kids don't have no fear.
Yeah, I had a lady. Every time I told her she started floating. She started floating and she stopped and tried to grab me. I said, can I tell you something real quick so you can get your feet out of the way? I said, you're standing in 3 feet of water. All you have to do is stand up. If you feel like you're about to drop, just stand up straight. And you're in 3 feet of water. You know, I ain't gonna take it to the deep end yet. It's coming, but not right now. We started slow. Right. Yeah.
All right, Cole. Look at you trying to be a swim teacher. All right. Question number 3. Y'all gonna love this one. Who is your favorite character on Sanford and Son, not named Fred?
Oh. Ooh. Esther. Because she could go blow for blow at Fred sometimes. Fred insult everybody else. But Esther could go blow for blow. Calling him a bean-eating bear hugger one time. I'm like, God, dog, what the heck is a bean-eating bear hugger?
Yeah.
Dog couldn't. It's hard to find somebody. Like I said, they can go with Fred like that on Sanford and Son. That's
All right,
I
Esther,
remember.
what you got?
Grady.
Grady.
Really
Grady, the
crazy.
only one can keep Fred in check, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Grady be like, hey, come on, Fred. Calm down. But I ain't gonna lie. When you said that, go ahead, Ace.
Now I was gonna say, people thought Grady was always a drunk and crazy, but you sit back and listen to Grady. Grady had the most sense probably out of all of them.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know where they are now. They may be at my mom's house. They may be somewhere. But back when you can tell, I'm gonna date myself now. Back when they had VHS tapes, I had the entire collection of Sanford and Son recorded on VHS tapes, and I watch it every day. Stick it in the VCR because I love my Sanford and Son. Just because Fred was so funny, it just hurt my heart when that show they stopped showing. But I'm glad reruns are reruns.
Yeah. So ain't nobody go give Bubba no love.
Bubba Woodrow was scared of Esther.
Woodrow, yeah. I'm about to say. Woodrow was a drunk too. He was a drunk and a simp.
He was a heavy drunk.
Okay, what
That
about
wasn't
Rollo?
a word to him.
What about Rollo?
Rollo was cool.
He used to be the staying out the public eye so he wouldn't get arrested.
The two cops. One of them wound up being on 227, didn't he? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smitty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, question number 4. Name all that you can eat and will eat, and all that you won't eat.
Do you have time?
Oh, no, I'm finna give you the 3.
Oh,
Okay.
Tofu, sushi, goat, or oxtails.
goat. Did you say goat?
Yes.
First 2 no, the second 2 yeah.
Goat, tofu, and sushi, and oxtail.
All 4, baby.
What would you eat and what won't you eat?
I'm eating all 4.
Okay.
Well, tofu tastes like a sponge, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, tofu just depends on what kind of flavor sauce or you can add to it or whatever. So by itself, just tofu, yes, can be quite tasteless.
Mm-hmm.
But they added the stuff.
Ace say he eating all 4. Coach, what about you?
All 4.
I ain't eating tofu or sushi. Nope. Only thing I like from the Far East is rice. You can get me with rice.
Okay.
Rice related, anything.
I'll get you. I Coach, you can try something that's been flash fried. Been cooked real quickly. It ain't all got to be just raw.
To my sushi.
Yeah. Little California roll. That's.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Little California roll. A couple of things I think you might can try and be okay with.
Well, they say sushi is rice and crab meat.
Yeah, I mean, get it wrapped up there.
I'm not H.O. Which one?
I mean just oxtail. Everything else, I'm not touching. Matter of fact, I had some oxtails today. That they got thrown into the question because I had some.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what the SRT Nation got to say.
She said she eat tofu and sushi. She don't know about. Oh, she don't know about the other ones. Wow.
Yeah.
Good old curry goat. Allergic to shellfish.
Oh man, that's the
Yeah, he can't
that's
go to Big
that's
Easy.
yes, that's the short end of the stick. Can't go to
Yeah, he can't go to
I
Big
can go to
Easy.
Big Easy. I'm allergic to shrimp. I can go to the Big Easy. I can eat.
you ain't
I
got
can
it
eat
that
shrimp.
bad. Some people can't even smell it.
Yeah.
Like they can't
I
even
don't like to be
even.
around it.
All right, next question. Keep one, bench one, cut one. They told me I hadn't had one of these in a while, so I threw this one in there. And this gonna be a good one. So you get to keep one, you get the bench one, you get to cut one. A all exclusive paid vacation to Aruba. A Bentley truck, and I'm sure Coach ain't go want to know Bentley truck since he's an expedition guy. And a $5,000 shopping spree to anywhere you want to go.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Oh,
All expensive paid vacation to Aruba. A Bentley truck given to you, or a $5,000 shopping spree to anywhere you want to shop.
$5,000. I ain't going too far.
I'll cut the trip to Aruba because I done been to the Caribbean so many times. I'll take the truck just so I can flip it, and then the $5,000 shopping spree, which I'll
So
probably
which one?
turn
Which
into.
one you keep?
I'm keeping the $5,000 shopping spree. Oh, I got keep
Where you
one.
shopping at? Though?
Hold on. I gotta cut one, keep one, and what's the other one?
And bench one.
I got to bench one. Okay, cut one, bench one, keep one. All right, I'm gonna keep the truck because I'm gonna sell it. I'll bench the shop. I'll bench the shopping spree, and then y'all can have the all paid to Aruba. I go to the Caribbeans all the time.
Okay. All right, Coach, what you got?
That's my
Pretty much
mindset.
same thing he said. The trip is already on the selling gone because I ain't getting on no airplane. No sir.
You won't take a cruise over there?
I ain't going to nowhere out of the United States because Trump done made everybody mad. They get me over there. You American? Like,
it can't give back.
Yeah, we got you. No thanking. The shopping spree, I go straight to Best Buy and just sit there and just start racking up some electronics.
Now hold on. Now look at son. What's up, Trey? So look,
Trey.
Sunkid's trying to change the location of the trip.
She said,
"Here we go."
She gonna keep that shopping spree,
but she gonna cut the trip and change the location.
Yeah.
Well, if you go cut it, then you don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah. What location you talking about going?
Well, she probably answered that in a minute since she heard it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Coach. This is gonna be your favorite question of the night.
Uh-oh.
If you can have 2 snacks without gaining 1 pound, what 2 snacks would you have?
God, honey bun.
If you can have 2 snacks that you can eat every single day without gaining 1 pound, which 2 would it be?
Honey bun and hamburger ain't considered a snack, is it?
No, that's
food.
Honey bun and ice cream.
Coach, she answers your question. She said, anywhere else. Well, I think she's in Montgomery, so she can go to Bankhead then and see what that's like. I don't think she want to go there, so I'm glad she cut it. All right, hey, so what you got? 2 snacks that you eat every day without gaining a pound.
Man, it's gonna be either the cookies, and so I love cookies. So whether it be like the white chocolate macadamia or the oatmeal, it don't matter. Cookies, I can eat cookies, and I think I'm with you, Coach. In my older age now, I'd be like, let me get a couple of scoops of ice cream. I'd be at night, I'd be trying to get something sweet before I go to sleep. So if I can get ice cream, I'd be good.
Dog, Zavada got me. I forgot about the Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, I can eat them all day. Oh no, yeah.
So Coach, what was your 2?
Ice cream and a honey bun.
Oh, okay. So you want to change now?
Yeah, I don't know, because I like that Bluebell banana pudding ice cream. I ain't had none in about 6 months, but it's good though. And
mine is Cool Ranch Doritos and Crunching Munch.
Yeah.
And what?
Okay.
Crunching Munch.
Oh.
And the honorable mention would be chocolate covered almonds.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that Reese's will be my honorable mention.
Yeah, load me up with some cookies. I be going.
I got everybody talking on this snake.
Load me up with cookies. I be at insomnia every night.
Yeah. All right, man. With that being said, okay, hold on. We got one more. Trey said soft oatmeal, no raisin, and Tom's hot chip.
That's a hot chip.
Okay. All right, with that being said, you hear the music, you already know it's time to get up out of here. So shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to Asa and Coach for joining me once again. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate everybody joining. Thanks for everybody tuning in and everybody who is continue to support SRT Sports Roundtable. And before we get off tonight, I want to give a shout out to my heavenly birthday. Shout out to my father, whose birthday will be Friday, this coming up on Friday the 13th.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, HM2. All right, Ace, give me your shout outs, bro.
Hey, man, always shout out to you, HO, Coach, and the SRT family. When I come on, I always have a good time. One time to my other half at DNA Sports Talk, Don. Check us out every Monday, 7 to 9. Just go to DNA Sports Talk on all social media, and you'll find the links to join in. But tonight, though, I really want to say something real quick, man. I know you probably know him, HO, but y'all probably been seeing on the Atlanta social media, heard about Andre Lett, also known as Drez the Beatnik. He passed over the weekend. Good friend of mine, good friend of everybody who knows him in Atlanta. He did a lot for the hip hop community, the culture, pushing everything forward. He passed away after a long battle with kidney disease. So just anybody who happens to listen to this show or any show and know who Drez the Beatnik is, he's passed away, but he always will be remembered. So that's one time to his family and his legacy.
Absolutely. One time for Graves.
All right. Yes, sir.
All right, Cole, what you got?
Shout out to Cole from Bankhead, HO. Ace Brown from downtown and his band of renown all over. Shout out to Red Rev and Armani from the Red Rev Sports Show. Saturdays from 11 until the clock run out. Or when we get tired, whichever one you pick. Shout out to everybody out there who watched the show. And if you do have any Reese's or Chips Ahoy or cookies, give them up. I'll take them. And shout out to my friend rising up from the screen right now, the Shank.
Yeah. Once again, man, great show, great energy, good banter, and great talking to you guys. Be careful in the rain and make sure, if you haven't played the Powerball, at least go online and get you a ticket or something. Because today could be the day, or tonight could be tonight. Yes, sir. So with that being said, R.I.P. Mons and Pops and R.I.P. BC. And this is from Hancock, Coach, Asa, and everybody who tuned in to Sports Roundtable. This is SRT. We'll holler at y'all next week. We out. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Later.